tell me what this thing looks like. Tell me if this thing doesn't look like Dark Souls. Just watch it and tell me.
Not a lot of room to dodge here. Try to avoid taking any more damage.
Yes, as you saw, and as you could guess, another game yet. Perfect copy of Dark Souls again, and at this point it's becoming painful. Star Wars, this game, a lot of games. This one is not as hard. In truth, it's a little bit too easy, but it's again like Dark Souls. They're doing it again, people. We must put a stop to it, put an end to it. But before I just scream from top of my lungs telling you how horrific this game is, this one actually came to my attention and I ended up liking it. Despite all the JRPGs I've seen and played, this one is more like a hack and slash Dark Souls style. This one has cutscenes, as you could see, fully voice acted, but for some retarded reason your characters speak. Deep character creation, which is amazing. I love character creations, you know that. And your character during character creation, your character speaks and he has a perfect voice, but here suddenly it goes silent and mute throughout the game. I don't know why the hell is that. But anyhow, they decided to not voice act the characters for some reason. Maybe they would think that I'm going to make my character look like my own in an anime world. But anyhow, at first I'm really negative about the game, telling you all the faults. You know, I'm like that, but in this game I'm about to stop, because this game actually is very, 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 very good. I loved it. Okay, now as you could see, it happens in a post-apocalyptic world, and there you go, I made a sexy, hot, holy character right there, a special one. I'm good in character creations, and I don't know why I'm reviewing this video with a candy in my mouth, but anyhow, this game came to my attention because it happens in a universe where, as you could see, apocalypse happened, okay, and the characters are vampires and they're trapped inside this red fog, and they all have to live, and the vampires are monstrous things, that lost vampires and things like that. They fight with each other and have territories and things like that. The glorious clarity at the beginning of the game, it occurs throughout some missions. It's challenging, it might take I don't know, 1 hour, 2 hours to finish it, but then you come here to your den, to your spot, and the characters speak and tell you what the game is all about. You don't have to figure out just everything yourself. You have to, some things are left by the plot, by the writers, so you uncover and you turn those stones and discover the truth about the game, which is amazing. At this point, a clarity happened, and I respect that. So it's a good thing, okay? Like Control and a lot of other games, Generation Zero, and lots of other games I played review recently that are in the back of my mind. This game is much, much, much better for many reasons, as you could see, because the story delivered perfectly, and everything was neat, and the character conversations and everything was realistic, except the exceeded my expectation part. I don't know why the characters say that. I think that happened in the translation. The glorious clarity, as you can see, in the Japanish game, and I really respect that. This guy, you know, this is like the first main mission. When the game really happens, you want to go on a mission, and this guy explains to you there are veins, and I'm not gonna spoil the game. Just play it. They want to hit the jackpot, you know, to discover the vein springs underneath the city. And this guy's kind of like a scientist guy. They know these things. They know, the writers of this game, they know how to deliver a story the way it could carry on, you could end up playing, and it's respectful. I love it. Now, there are many things to respect about this game. As I mentioned, I've been looking for a game like this before. It sets such a universe, apocalyptic but kind of high fantasy, and they managed to deliver it. And I'm really happy, I'm excited to play this. The overhaul, the things in mixed. For example, you see there are themes writers mix when they want to write something fantasy, high or low domain doesn't matter. Say Harry Potter, it mixed school with magic. That's what it did. In this game, it comes with, I don't know, vampirism and apocalyptica and things like that. The genres and the theme are my favorite. I like it. The director Hiroshi Yoshimura. You know, I like to read Japanese names like that. Just excuse me, I can't leave that. The producers and the designers, I've seen it. I did some research about this game. The artwork's done perfectly. Kiyoshi Itakura and Kurumi Kobayashi. That are the artists. No, most of the designs in this game happen by them. So the whole thing I like, I adore. Okay, but Hiroshi Yoshimura done the perfect job writing and directing his own game. I prefer to, you know, maybe being a little bit nitpicky about it, because it wasn't just him. It was a writers group, Masato Kurata and Yuta Yamamoto. You know, maybe they were the ones who helped him to, you know, the editing and things like that. But the whole writing thing, I really researched on the internet. I'm finding nothing about them. But the writers done a perfect job, and I am really impressed with this game. And I have to say, this game is something that many of us will relatively enjoy, and the scores are relatively high, but not so high. Or like maybe the average in you know, the whole thing's averaging around 7.5. So, you know, I don't know why, but I realize this. People in different nations have different pick on games. I mean, Japanese people really enjoy it, but some American gamer might say no, I'm not a fan of JRPG or things like that. But different nations have different takes on games. I've seen it in horror movies. You know, Turkey people watch Sijin, which is really disturbing, and people, I don't know, the Westerns watch it and they freaking out. I watch, I don't know, Conjuring, and they say, oh, that's really scary. But I don't know, people in the really want to be scared the shit out of. You know, maybe that's why I watch horror movies like that. You know, the games are the same. People in different corners of the world play different manners of the game and are favored and like different sources of the game. But in this game there are many interesting things. Like one of them is one of them is mainstream. Okay. Now this game is done kind of lazy. I mean, some parts you will find some faults. As you saw, the character creation is really throughout working very well in details, and yeah, it could do literally everything. Okay, but there's a cost system. I don't like that, but it's just good. And the game becomes 10 times more fun. You can play it solo. You will enjoy the solo, but the game becomes much fun if you play it in multiplayer version, and I adore that. I'm definitely gonna try that. And there's so many good things about this game. I could talk for hours and hours, but I want to simplify it and come to what this game is all about. Hack and slash. At the end, it comes to that. You know, the system, the level upping system and things like that, much more like Dark Souls. In Dark Souls, you had souls. Here, you have haze. You know, the skill sets and things like that you can acquire. You're kind of like the character is kind of like a typeless blood, you know, has like codeless blood, so you could acquire the abilities of the enemies or the friends he has acquired the blood of. So that's kind of fun. So there are many things about this game that really make me impressed. Fighting with a spear that actually unleashes, you know, light shards. It's so good. I've never seen it in any game. You know, a spear that you could shoot with it. I love it. Okay, it shows that perfect director and writer's job were done on this game. I'll have to admit, this game lacks a lot. I mean, like every Japanese game are limited to some things. I don't know why Japanese people do it. Maybe it's just the way they like to make games. But it's always there's something off about Japanese game. You can never rate a Japanese game like really top. I'm thinking of, you know, Ground Thinking of, you know, Kojima's Death Stranding and Metal Gear Solid. But anyhow, you have to. The Japanese game always there's something off about them. Always they lack in some manner. This game is no different. Okay, it's kind of mechanics are a little bit tricky. You might just watch the game and say, "Oh, it's so cool," but yeah, the mechanic and fighting system are a bit tricky. And yeah, as you can see, the in Japanese game, the conversations are just like there were, you know, little images of the characters would appear in the corners of the string, and they would talk, and you have to read them. Maybe it was in Japanish, but in this game, the cutscenes are voice acted, so I respect that. It shows they're not so lazy, and they were after something. I think from now I can see it. Unfortunately I can see how this game will be really underrated. I can see it. Unfortunately, they're not doing very well on the copy thing. I think they sold somewhere around 60,000 copies. I don't know how many versions are pirated, but I think that this game will be widely ignored and underrated. Unfortunately, I hope not. And I'm recording this in a YouTube channel. It doesn't have many views yet, so I don't know. Maybe the views kind of pick up weeks, months from now. This is desperate try for me to bring this game to attention. But the ones who see it, you gotta give this game a shot. It deserves your money. I could assure you of that. It's somehow the fighting system not being so hard is actually an advantage. It will makes you follow the story. So you see, as I mentioned many times, the strength point of this game is actually the story.
Where did she run off to?
Some of the creatures and monsters are a little cliche, like lost vampires. What else? But some things like kind of like skag-like, little dog-like, wolf-like monsters, you know, bod-legged monsters running at you. You know, that's we've seen it many times with skags, with many creatures. You know, some bigger enemies with the shield and things like that. It's cliche. It's nothing new. Despite knowing that this game managed to actually deliver so many new things, except the Dark Souls style. Oh my God, why did they do this? The graphic, the gameplay, everything is smooth, optimized. So if you don't have a super high-rate PC, you most likely could enjoy this game. You can play this game smooth. But some of the monsters, like big one with the breasts, it's new. There's some kind of monsters that kind of ambush you. So I think I cannot be so merciless in saying that this game didn't deliver things new in a matter of enemies. It did deliver so many new things, but there are some cliche enemies. I would rather, I'm tired of fighting in different games. Aside from that, I liked this game on many occasions. I like many things about this game, and I'm going to. I was just about to choke on my own candy. I'm just about to rate it from 0 to 20. I would love to rate it somewhere relatively high, like it's a trap, it's a life eater, or high thing. But I'm going to rate it 15 because it's far from. Why they do this, I don't know. I'm a perfectionist, and these games are always far from perfect. They always lack something somewhere. If I was a game developer, I would definitely do the favorite game I like. Then it would be widely ignored. Anyhow, this game I would rate from 0 up to 20. I would rate it 15, and that's grande in French. I like this game. I'm playing this game. My sister's playing this game. My friends playing this game. I know in this corner of the world it kicked up, and aside from that, there's nothing left to say. People, buy this game, get this game. It definitely deserves your money. It deserves your time. You will enjoy it. Do that. And if you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. Actually, videos with a lot of thumbs down, they could make well money. So, with that, there's nothing left to say. Goodbye and good luck, YouTube. Out.
Well done. Glad you're with me. still have some healing left? Don't fall here. That's it. What a horrific. It's quite valuable. Let's use it well. That's one big hole. Wanna head down? This is deep. How far down does it go? No!